does not promote fearlessness, and it does not let you post anything that is you doing something that it doesn't like. You sat down on the edge of a cliff and you had some lunch and it was super safe, there's no wind or anything. It's like, that's promoting dangerous activities and you're a threat to society. And it's like,
that sounds like a machine looking at a situation like that and not understanding the context to the situation and removing it.
I consistently get comments. Almost every video, as a matter of fact, these days are filled with comments just saying, I've been following you for years and I haven't seen you in forever. Why don't I see you anymore? And it's frustrating because I don't know what's different from the content that used to go viral. It's still going viral on Instagram, on Facebook, on other platforms, and now TikTok's become like one of my least favorite platforms because of that. So
you see, to me, TikTok feels like a platform that has grown so quickly that its infrastructure couldn't even keep up, and as a result, it feels like they are over-relying on AI and technology to moderate. And I have a pretty hilarious example of that. So when I stood back from TikTok, I decided to post this video to the platform, and it was basically just a little jab at TikTok saying, hey, this is the kind of content you want me posting, right? Instead of important news, dancing away with KSI and News Baby, and it's just some AI slop. But the thing is, that got taken down for weapons. So I appealed it, because obviously there's no weapons in there, and they denied it and gave my account a strike. For that, if you get more than 3 strikes, your entire account can be banned. So that was clearly not a human looking at that, and as a result, it put my entire account in jeopardy. And here's the thing, I'm tempted to give TikTok grace for things like that. They've got 100 million videos being uploaded per day. But on the other hand, I want to take that grace back, because every single person that I've ever spoken to say the only platform that they face these kinds of moderation issues is, you guessed it, TikTok. Have you ever had any videos that have been taken down from TikTok and also taken down on similar platforms? Is TikTok the only one?
TikTok is the only one, yeah.
So that video that ultimately got you banned, did that post get taken down on any other platform?
No. That's the thing, right? Nowhere else.
That leads us to the assumption that TikTok is doing something differently, and that thing that they are doing differently is not working. But it might be worse than just not working. It might be actually breaking some laws.
It's called the European Media Freedom Act. So according to this act, a platform should inform a news organization that they want to delete a video and why. And then there should be an option to appeal this decision. And TikTok isn't doing that. It completely operates on its own. This is also interesting. So this same law also addresses shadow banning. Basically, a platform, the EU, isn't allowed to shadow ban a video without prior notice and consultation. TikTok is actually breaking that law.
And when I spoke to one of the former moderators TikTok made redundant, they said the company has the ability to reduce visualization of a post if that video violates a non-serious policy, but they don't notify a user in this case. And the user doesn't get notified of that.
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, absolutely fine. I posted TikTok. Now the company I work with, it was a promo. I was promoting the helicopter ride in exchange for the ride, and they said to me it's never been this bad. Like, we've never had this issue before. So TikTok is changing dramatically. And it's getting to the point where no one wants to be on the app anymore.
But honestly, we don't know what exactly that is. It's a mystery. And that's like one of the main points that I want to make. TikTok is a company that is just shrouded in mystery. When I was over at ByteDance's headquarters, this is what they said. So how many people work at TikTok in here?
Generally, we don't know the exact number. Because the structure of the company, it's like a mystery.
I was told by one of the coders at ByteDance, of course off the record, that not even he fully understands what is going on with their algorithm. And I don't know, maybe that makes the whole situation a lot worse. We don't know a lot about TikTok. What have you found so far that's been surprising, alarming?
The first thing really surprised me that this TikTok insider told us about the algorithm, that it's a complete black box. No one can really put their finger on how it works.
That brings us to the money. So, excuse the crazy scene change, but we are shooting another video in Canada, and this is an entire frozen lake. And we still need to finish this TikTok video up. I think we were talking about monetization. And ironically speaking about that, the only reason we are able to, shoot out here is because of YouTube. Before we started YouTube, it doesn't make any sense to come all the way out here and shoot videos like this for short form because, you could post your video and it could be taken down. Like seriously, imagine coming all the way out to Canada to shoot this crazy video and it gets taken down by the moderation team. Or, you don't get paid anything, 1 cent per 1,000 views. It doesn't make any sense. And I think a lot of people were surprised when they found out that I was making 1 cent RPM, which is the lowest amount possible. But the thing is, it wasn't always like this. As you can see from this graph, like it has been a steady decline. Even from this year, it was doing pretty well. And now it's just been this slow, steady decline to abysmal levels. And the craziest part is that I've heard a lot of creators speaking about this, that recently there has just been this drop in the amount that TikTok is paying. And to be honest, when I asked TikTok if there is any truth to this, one, they didn't really specify. They didn't answer that question. They just gave me this long, roundabout way of saying this is how creators get paid and this is how much a video is worth to advertisers, which is all publicly available. What they did deny though is that there was a 30 video limit on how much you can get paid. But the thing is like we don't really know, one, how much TikTok is earning, and two, how much they are actually sharing of what they earn with their creators. And look, I'm not gonna stand here and say that, TikTok should be paying its creators more. I actually do think that it's a genuinely tough problem to sort out and fix on short form. And that is the problem. It's short form that is the problem. But what I can tell you is that I got paid more with 3 million views on long form on YouTube than I did 300 million views on TikTok. That was a wake-up call for me, and I was like, this is not sustainable. And actually, YouTuber Mark Jones made a really good point on this topic.
I was just at the TikTok Awards. I met a super talented TikToker, 600k followers, getting tens of millions of views, and she was still working a full-time job while living with her parents. Now, I'm not sharing this to shame her, I'm sharing this to illustrate a problem. 80 to 90% of the short-form creators I meet are starving artists.
And I think that's what really worries me about the social media space right now. I think TikTok came along and unintentionally broke the creator economics. They became so successful that every other platform, including YouTube, Instagram, and they copied the hell out of TikTok. And because of that, you've got this whole new generation of creators that are exclusively short form that are getting millions and millions of views. Everyone knows their names, but they are hardly making any money, or at least not as much as you would expect them to be.
They all talk about how jealous they are of long-form creators. Short-form content is just so much less sustainable. The ad revenue sucks, the conversion rate's terrible, sponsors won't pay as much for it, and in the past we've seen extreme versions of what can happen when content creation becomes less sustainable. Platforms like Vine didn't die because viewers stopped watching, they died because creators got sick of getting millions of views while still struggling to make ends meet.
And that's the thing, that is exactly why I had to start prioritizing YouTube. It's harder, but the payoff once you actually make it is a lot greater. You can start putting more weight into your videos. And that's the thing, YouTube's profit split with their creators is the sole reason why creators like Speed, Mr. Beast, the Sidemen exist. The short form equivalent simply doesn't. They're able to make their money, reinvest that money back into their content, and now they're honestly competing with the likes of Hollywood production studios. And that's why when a creator gets really big on TikTok, they end up just wanting to leave to YouTube because it only makes sense. So there is this talent vacuum on TikTok, which honestly, it's sad to see. And I really want there to be a thriving place where you can make money and continue on short form on TikTok. But yeah, it's a tricky problem, as I said, but I really need a pee. So let's cut to the next scene. So what happens now? Well, I feel like I've been creating on the platform for such a long time, and now it finally feels like I've said everything that I've wanted to say. It's very clear that there is a big problem for creators on TikTok right now. And I genuinely hope that this video can inspire something to change, because I love TikTok and I want to see it thrive. I want to continue thriving on TikTok as well. And for those of you TikTok employees watching this right now, I hope that you see this video as a way of your creators caring enough about the platform to say something and want something to change and not just let it die off like Vine or something like that. But I also acknowledge that maybe that's not always going to be the way that this is going to be seen. And I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what TikTok is going to look like for News Daddy for the coming years. But yeah, as always though, let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. I'm going to continue shooting YouTube videos right now. As you can see, we are out shooting an amazing video. So I thought we'd give you guys something to look at and hopefully see you on TikTok soon.